Hey world, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to episode 2. I am Vivia and I'm super excited to be here with you guys. On this episode, I'm going to be reflecting a little bit about how I viewed myself during the beginning part of my journey, as well as doing a quick recap about this week and how it was looking for me. So let's jump right in. Looking back, when I was a little girl, I had somebody that would always call me Big Belly Viv. And then when I would go to school, the kids would call me Big Viv. Now, although some people meant it in a loving way, some other people meant it in a mean way or in a bullying type of way. And of course, today people are completely against bullying, but back then it was just kind of like, grow some tough skin. That's just what it is. It don't mean anything. And people would say, what, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. That ish is not true. So initially, although I didn't realize it back then, it wasn't until really recently I started to recognize that continuously being called Big Viv or Big Belly Viv, in my head, I start to believe that that was just who I was and that was the way that I was supposed to be. Some people will watch this and they'll be like, oh, well, it's nothing wrong with being big. And for some people, that is true. My belief is if you're big, there's nothing wrong with that as long as you're healthy. But as life continued to go on, it did not help my health, the fact of my size. And I had to initially realize, oh, just because people called me big doesn't mean that's who I am. That does not mean that's a part of my identity. And I had to work to be able to see myself in the ability of being another type of size, not being a skinny size 2, size 6, but at least being to the point of being healthy, especially when you grow up and see people around you who so readily and so easily seem to be used to being in illness, whether that be heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, things of that nature. And for some people who are in that environment, they may look at that and be like, oh, that's just the way it is. But in reality, it's not. And so I had to, and I still have to continue to dig deep to realize, okay, well, where did that initially come from? Who initially called me that? Is that really who I am? And is that true? And then I eventually had people who would start to say to me, oh, you're so beautiful, hey, beautiful. And even when they would initially say that to me, I didn't really know how to take it. Like, I wasn't used to it. It didn't sit with me initially. I had to grow to learn to believe and to know, oh, I really am beautiful. I really am not these other names that I've been being called. I even had kids when I was a little girl poke me with pencils to see if I was going to pop. Y'all know kids is cruel. So all that kind of stuff, it plays with your psyche. And so the point that I want to make is that I initially had to look at what was it that I believed about who I was and how I was supposed to be. I had to analyze where that came from, what the source of it was, what the intent of it was, and was it true or not? And if it wasn't true, which it was not, I had to go back and recognize, oh, well, what is the truth? For me, I was able to identify that as it relates to the Word of God. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Get to know what the truth really is. Know that you're made for more. And so I want to encourage you guys, if you want to go on this journey with me, take some inventory for yourself and think about who you were called. How did you identify yourself as? How did people call you? Is that true? Is that who you really are? And if not, what is the truth? And start to really analyze to see what the truth is for you and start to be able to believe that. And the way to believe that is to continually say it to yourself. Repetition. You just continuously say it to yourself. I am beautiful. I am healthy. I am worthy. That's another area that I had to continue to work on. If you want to share with me what some things that you were called or some things that you had to get over being called and learn what the truth was for you, feel free to comment below. And you can also DM me on Instagram at Queen Vivia, or you can find me over at Twitter. I'd love to hear your feedback. You can send it anonymously. I won't tell nobody if you don't want me to. All right, let me recap a little bit about what happened with me this week. Another thing that I realized was an issue for me was that I had a hard time seeing myself getting older for various reasons. Maybe it was because I didn't know a lot of people who got to a higher age, be it 90s, 100s, and so forth and so on. I just was having a hard time seeing myself getting older. And so, funny story from today. I'm going to get to where I share with you guys how I got to the point about swimming, but I've been doing swimming. And I was in the pool this past week, and there was a lady. I could tell she was a senior citizen woman, and she was a black lady. And I was like, oh, look at the black old lady in the pool, bless her. And initially my thoughts were not good, because I was like, let me see, can I beat her to the other end of the pool? I did beat her, but that was not the right way to think. Anyway, long story short, I met her in the locker room. She approached me and said that I was doing a good job swimming and that she found that it was a really good workout. Come to find out, this woman was 79 years young. I was like, for real? She did not look 79 at all. So that blessed my spirit, because I was looking like, now if this woman can be swimming until 79, I am on the right track. One of the things she said was that she used to be like high in the 200s, and she dropped a lot of weight, and she recognized that swimming was the best workout for her. So that really spoke to me, and I was able to connect with her. She's been giving me some great tips, and I'm just grateful, because that helped me to see that I'm on the right track. One of the reasons that I really got more into the journey was because I wanted to be able to get to the point where I could live life to the full for as long as I possibly could. And I needed to be able to believe and to see myself doing that. And seeing this woman in the pool and being able to speak with her afterwards, that blessed me to know that I'm on the right track and it is possible. And yes, 79 is still young. I expect to be able to go even further and beyond that. And so I'm just super grateful. I hope that blesses you guys. If you like this, be sure to subscribe, like, comment, and feel free to share as you see fit. Again, remember to connect with me on social media. I'm Queen Vivia everywhere. Queen Vivia. I love y'all for real. Shout out to Monique. I love y'all. Be blessed. Have a great week. I'll see you next time.